Hey guys, how's it going? Now, for some of you that actually know me personally, you know I love to snowboard in winter, and in the summertime I love spending time on a lake, either kayaking or ski doing. And for that reason, I was actually looking to pick up an action cam to capture all those great moments and shots. And for that reason, I ended up picking up a Hero 4 Silver. And I'm gonna unbox it for you guys here today. When I was debating on which model to pick up, either the Silver Edition or the Black Edition, because the black didn't have a built-in touch display, that was kind of a deal breaker for me because I really liked having that option, being able to see what I'm shooting, but more of the fact that I can actually scroll through settings for my video and photos and be able to just switch them up on the fly. And I wasn't really planning on shooting a lot of 4K video, even though the Silver is capable of doing that, but at about 15 frames per second, it's probably not usable to most people. Alright, let's not waste any more time and get this thing unboxed for you guys. There's a couple of tabs on each side and they just pull apart and that will release the bottom half. And the bottom piece just comes off like this. Then we're going to pull on this pull tab all the way around until it fully comes off. Almost got it. Alright, we can now throw this piece away. And now we can just remove the top cover and we have access to the GoPro camera. To get the camera off the base, there's a couple of tabs you gotta push in and push forward, and the camera should just slide right off the base. Clearly this is more of a challenge for me than I thought, but alright, there we go, finally got it off. And here's a Hero 4 in its waterproof housing. Looks pretty identical to the Hero 3 Plus with a few differences. And on the backside, it's got the brand new built-in touch display, which is only available on the silver model. Let's open up the bottom half and see what we got. But before we do, I suggest you keep this base plate that came with the GoPro because you can use it for a whole bunch of various mounts that you can make later on. Right on top we got a pamphlet that says get started with GoPro and highlights a couple key features on how to get started. And underneath that you get a quick start guide which goes into a little more detail about your GoPro and how to start using it. And underneath that you get some GoPro stickers which you can slap on a whole bunch of other stuff. And lastly, you got a couple more guides. So one goes over just some general safety information, and the other guide just tells you a little bit about the warranty. Now that we got those pamphlets out of the way, let's get to the more exciting stuff, and let's see what accessories comes with the GoPro Hero 4. Now let's open up the tabs right here and see what's inside. The first thing I pulled out is a 3-way pivot arm. And the next thing is a USB charging cable, which not only charges your GoPro if you hook it up to your computer, but you can also use it to transfer your files over. And the next thing is a J buckle mount. And this is the brand new GoPro 4 battery. New not only because it hasn't been used, but it's also a brand new design. So none of your previous GoPro batteries will work with this model. On the other half of the box, you get 2 additional back doors. One appears to be an underwater touch back door, and the other one appears to be a skeleton back door. And the last thing in this box appears to be a couple of adhesive mounts with a white locking plug. Now let's take another look at everything we got inside this box. You got the GoPro Hero 4 Silver, you got a battery, you have 2 additional back doors. One's a skeleton back door, and one's an underwater touchscreen back door. You have two adhesive mounts. One's a curved mount, which will stick to surfaces like your helmet, and one's a flat mount, which would stick to surfaces like the side of your car. This is the three-way pivot arm that I've taken apart and the two bolts that come with it. And this white rubber plug is actually a locking plug that helps to lock the GoPro down to various mounts so it doesn't come off during vibrations. And here's a J buckle mount with the USB charging cable right beside it. Now let's get the Hero 4 set up and have a quick look at the new LCD touchscreen. But first, let's take the Hero 4 out of its waterproof housing by opening up this latch and opening up that back door. And the camera should just fall right out. And there's the waterproof housing without the camera inside of it. Now let's open up the side door so we can insert a micro SD card inside of it. And I'm using a SanDisk Extreme Plus with a 16GB capacity. You're going to insert the card in upside down, facing forward, and you push it in all the way until you hear it click into place. Once that's done, you can put back the side door cover. Now let's insert the battery. As you can tell, the battery door is now located at the bottom of the camera as opposed to the back. And I actually really like this feature because it's just like how I load my batteries to my Canon cameras. And you insert the battery just like so. Once it's fully inside, you can close up the battery door. And now let's turn it around and turn it on. And here's that beautiful built-in touch display, which turns on instantly as you just saw from that button on the bottom left-hand corner, which also acts as a button to turn the LCD screen off as well. And you can tell the LCD screen is super fast and super responsive, exactly what you would expect from GoPro. So it looks like you swipe left from the right hand side to bring up the actual settings menu, and I already chose video, and then you swipe upwards from the bottom, and now it gives you all the settings for the video. And as I'm doing right now, you kind of scroll through it and change the frame rate or the resolution and so forth. Now, you may not use this display that much to see what it's recording, but for those few times that you actually want to see what the camera is looking at, it's so much more convenient to have this on there as opposed to pulling out your phone, going to the app to see what it's looking at, or using the LCD backpack, which adds a lot more bulk. But I'm probably going to be using it a lot more to change the settings for my videos and pictures. And it's a lot faster than using the actual settings button. Well guys, this brings me to the end of my video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know down below which model you guys picked up. And if you picked up a silver, let me know if you guys like the LCD touch display. Alright guys, till next time.